As Daniel Piotrowski says, Joseph Kony is a former choir boy and the founder of the bloodthirsty guerrilla organization, the Lord's Resistance Army.
Kony followed the reign of Alice Lakwena, who united parts of Uganda through religious power. Lakwena told everyone that the Holy Spirit told her to rebel. Those who were upset with the government joined the Holy Spirit movement. After a major battle between the government and Lakwena's rebellion, the LRA lost and Lakwena fled.
It was then when Kony saw his opportunity and took over as the leader of the LRA. He claimed that he was a spokesman of God and that he communicated with spirits in his dreams. Kony initially stated that the LRA's mission was to overthrow the government and rule Uganda based on the 10 Commandments. However, he started to use children in the LRA not only for their naivety, but also because the adults were fleeing. They were abducted from their homes and trained to become killers.
Kony forced them to kill their families so they would have no incentive to escape from his control. This would also strike fear into the children and show Kony's power.
With this army, the LRA raided many villages. They would kill many innocent civilians and capture children that would be useful to them. These captured innocents would be brainwashed by the army and turned into soldiers, cooks, or any other role that they needed. Kony was ruthless and would do anything in order to get more supporters on his side.
Kony ruled the LRA with an iron fist and went through many steps to keep it that way. When Kony was in command, he claimed that he was a godly being and that he was automatically their superior because of that. The Holy Spirit would supposedly tell him what was right and what was wrong. He claimed that the Holy Spirit protected him. With Kony spreading these lies, his army would believe that they were doing the right thing and what they were doing had good intentions, when in reality it was horrific and violating basic human rights.
Kony told his followers many other lies that would keep them on board. One of them was his promise of success and wealth. He told the army that all of this chaos would eventually lead to their ultimate success. One of his followers claims, "They used to tell us that if we fight and overthrow the government, then we shall get wealth, and even the young soldiers would get high ranks in the army." With this promise, people would be motivated to keep fighting in order to overthrow the government, but at a deadly cost.
By obtaining his powerful position in the LRA and spewing lies to keep his followers on board, it seemed like Kony was unstoppable. However, his army would eventually start to dwindle down, which led him to escape his role as leader and go into hiding. Although there have been multiple calls for his arrest, there is no solid evidence on where Kony is now.
Even though his known whereabouts are questionable at the moment, no one has forgotten the atrocities he has committed. By abducting children and terrorizing villages, Kony has committed many crimes and violated the basic human rights of his victims.
With his location unknown and his less than substantial army, many people don't consider him a threat anymore. This is far from the truth.
Despite the fact Kony only has less than 200 people still operating within the LRA, they still raid villages and kill innocents. Even though his horrific acts still occur throughout the LRA's home country, the US has mostly stopped helping the Ugandan government.
The LRA leaders must all be caught, if not for what they do now, then because of the crimes against humanity they have committed, and to stop them from influencing a whole new generation.
On the off occasion, some children would escape the LRA and succeed in evading punishment. Even though they escaped, the children would still be heavily influenced. The psychological effects of the brutality and horrors Kony forced upon them even caused PTSD in extreme cases, and they will never forget the terrible crimes they experienced.
Although his motives are unknown and up for interpretation, his ideas originated from Museveni, who ironically fought against Kony for a while. His horrific reputation is a terrible crime, and no one should forget, ever, the mark he left on this world.